"You don't belong here." The words echoed through the marble lobby of Sterling Tower like a slap. Evelyn Cross, 32 years old and CEO of one of the city's fastest-growing tech firms, stood with her arms crossed, her silk blouse catching the cold afternoon light. Her eyes were fixed on the man in the Navy janitor's uniform, a man who looked tired, his shoulders slightly hunched, his hands still gripping a mop. Beside him stood a little girl, 5 years old, brown hair and 2 crooked pigtails. She clutched a worn teddy bear and stared up at Evelyn with wide, uncertain eyes. The man, his name was Carter Hayes, 34, though Evelyn didn't know that yet, didn't flinch. He just looked at her, quiet, steady. "I'm here for my daughter," he said softly. Evelyn blinked. She hadn't expected that. She'd expected an apology, maybe an excuse. She'd been in back-to-back meetings all day, her head pounding, her patience threadbare. And now this, a janitor bringing his child into her building during work hours, letting her wander near the executive lounge. "This is a corporate office," Evelyn said, her voice sharp. "Not a daycare." Carter nodded slowly. "I know, but her sitter got sick this morning. I had no one else. I thought she could sit quietly in the break room while I finished my shift." His voice was calm, but there was something underneath it, something that made Evelyn pause. The little girl tugged on his sleeve. "Daddy, I'm sorry." Carter crouched down, brushing her hair back gently. "It's okay, Lily. You didn't do anything wrong." Evelyn watched them. She felt something uncomfortable twist in her chest. She told herself it was annoyance. It had to be. But it wasn't. That evening, Evelyn sat in her empty penthouse, staring at the skyline. The confrontation replayed in her mind. The way Carter had looked at his daughter, the way his voice had softened when he said her name. She hadn't always been this cold. She'd built her company from nothing, clawed her way through years of rejection and doubt. Somewhere along the way, she'd learned to keep people at a distance. It was easier, safer. But that little girl's face. The next morning, Evelyn found herself walking past the maintenance office. She didn't plan to. Her feet just carried her there. Through the glass door, she saw Carter. He was filling out a schedule, his daughter sitting on a folding chair beside him, coloring quietly. She knocked. Carter looked up, surprised. He stood quickly, smoothing his uniform. "Miss Cross." She stepped inside, her heels clicking softly. "I wanted to apologize for yesterday." Carter's eyebrows lifted. "You don't have to." "I do." Evelyn's voice was quieter now. She glanced at Lily, who was watching her with those same wide eyes. "I was harsh. I didn't know your situation." Carter was silent for a moment. Then he nodded. "Her mom passed away 2 years ago. Cancer. It's just been me and Lily since then." Evelyn felt the air leave her lungs. "I'm sorry," she whispered. "Me too." Carter smiled faintly, but it didn't quite reach his eyes. "I'm doing my best. Some days are harder than others." Lily looked up from her coloring. "Daddy says Mommy is watching us from the stars." Evelyn's throat tightened. She crouched down, meeting Lily's gaze. "I'm sure she is, and I'm sure she's very proud of you." Lily smiled. It was small, but real. Over the following weeks, something shifted. Evelyn started saying hello when she passed Carter in the hallways. She'd stop by the break room where Lily sometimes sat, bringing her a juice box or a coloring book. She told herself it was just being decent. But it was more than that. Carter was kind, patient. He never asked for anything. And Lily was bright and curious, full of questions about everything. One afternoon, Evelyn found Lily sitting alone in the lobby, tears streaming down her face. Hey, what's wrong?" Evelyn kneeled beside her. "I can't find Daddy. I got scared." Evelyn's heart clenched. "It's okay. We'll find him. Come on." She took Lily's hand, small, warm, trusting, and led her through the building. They found Carter on the third floor, frantically searching. When he saw them, relief flooded his face. "Lily!" He scooped her up, holding her tight. "I told you to stay in the break room, sweetheart." "I'm sorry, Daddy." Carter closed his eyes, pressing a kiss to her forehead. "It's okay. You're okay." Evelyn stood there, watching them. And for the first time in years, she felt something crack open inside her. That evening, Evelyn invited them to dinner. It wasn't planned, it happened. They went to a small diner near the waterfront. Lily ordered pancakes even though it was dinner time, and Carter didn't stop her. Evelyn found herself laughing, really laughing, as Lily told stories about her imaginary friend and the adventures they had. "She's got quite the imagination," Evelyn said, smiling. Carter nodded. "She gets that from her mom." There was a pause, a comfortable one. "Thank you," Carter said quietly. "For this, for everything." Evelyn met her eyes. "You don't have to thank me." "I do," he said. "You didn't have to care. Most people don't." Evelyn looked down at her coffee. "I think I forgot how to for a while." Carter reached across the table, his hand resting near hers, not touching, just there. "You think you're remembering," he said softly. Months passed. Evelyn started leaving work earlier. She'd stop by Carter's place, a small but tidy apartment on the east side, and help Lily with her homework. She'd stay for dinner. She'd listen to Carter talk about his dreams of going back to school, of giving Lily a better life. And slowly, without either of them realizing it, they fell in love. It wasn't dramatic. It wasn't sudden. It was in the quiet moments, the shared smiles, the way Carter looked at her like she was more than her title, the way Evelyn looked at Lily like she was hers. One evening, as they sat on the apartment steps watching the sunset, Lily climbed into Evelyn's lap. "Can I ask you something?" she whispered. "Of course." Do you think you could be my mom?" Evelyn's breath caught. She looked at Carter, who was watching them with tears in his eyes. She pulled Lily close, her voice trembling. I think I'd like that very much." A year later, Evelyn stood in the same lobby where it all began. But now Carter wasn't the janitor. He was enrolled in business school, and Evelyn had helped him get there. Lily was thriving, confident and happy. Evelyn looked at them, her family, and smiled. Carter walked over, slipping his hand into hers. "You know, I'll never forget what you said that first day." "What did I say?" "You told me I didn't belong here." Evelyn winced. "I was wrong." Carter shook his head, smiling. "No, you were right. I didn't belong there. I belonged with you." Evelyn's eyes filled with tears. She kissed him, soft and slow. Lily tugged on their hands. "Does this mean we're a family now?" Evelyn kneeled down, cupping her face. "We've always been a family, sweetheart. I was just late figuring it out." And as they walked out into the evening light, hand in hand, Evelyn realized something. Kindness isn't just something you give. It's something that saves you. If you enjoyed this story, please like, share, subscribe, and comment.